Hello everyone. What a pleasure and honor to be here today, and first of all, congratulations to all of you, to ezjobs, and to all of you for making this wonderful session happen. And I'm really floored by the quality. You would have found, I'm speechless. Many areas I found that you people are rivaling the BCGs and McKinseys of the world, and that's precisely what we want to make it happen here. And I've been speechless several times in the past week. Okay, yesterday, because I see the standards everywhere going up and up. Okay, yesterday I was in SETS Chennai, which is Society for Electronic Transactions and Security. I was talking to a number of people, including some of the oldies, some of them like Anand Mohan and all, who are the foremost crypto analytics and cybersecurity experts in this country, and who are the doyens, and some of the defense systems go on their name, like Anand 1, Anand 2 and all that. Okay, this stuff that there are people who build this country, to the youngsters who are really coming out with brimming with ideas. So that is the place where we can make a difference and showcase ourselves really well. Okay, so coming to my presentation here. So I am the CEO of the Cybersecurity Center of Excellence here, newly constituted in this ecosystem. So we are a collaboration between PPP, we are a collaboration between DSCI and the government of Telangana, and of course many other industries contribute to it. Cybersecurity is it was a very esoteric area, and now it cuts across all segments, all sectors. It's a rapidly growing area. So as I'll show you in some of my slides, worldwide it's a $231 billion market. And unfortunately, India has not even taken a minuscule share of that pie. Whereas small countries like Estonia, Singapore are taking the lead. Okay, Israel was nothing in cybersecurity prior to 2008. Okay, and today it is claiming a large chunk and is among the leaders. So we should do the same. We should do better, in fact. Okay, because India is very good at leapfrogging. So understand leapfrogging? You need not pass through the same route which our Western counterparts and all have passed. For example, if they have sunk billions of dollars into COBOL machines, there is no need for you to sink billions of dollars into COBOL machines to get to the next stage. If they had gotten along the journey, they had to wire up entire buildings to get internet. You needn't do that. If there's an old building, you put up a few Wi-Fi hubs, you're done. It's wired. Okay. So there is no need to go to landline first, phone first, and then come to the mobile. The vegetable vendor also has a smartphone directly. So this is leapfrogging. Okay. So I can go on and on in many areas, but we need to do the same in every aspect. Hence the Cybersecurity Center of Excellence. So the pillars that the COE supports briefly, so that you get an idea. We deal with the industry, the government, the academia and R&D centers, user groups and collaborations. These are our 5 pillars. The first one, industry, because our DNA is that of industry. We are a NASSCOM. See, DSCI, Data Security Council of India, is the cybersecurity arm of NASSCOM. Everything that NASSCOM does, cybersecurity part, is done by DSCI. And this COE expands the presence. It is semi-autonomous, and we can expand the presence here. So by industry, I mean all the large players you can think of. They are one phone call away. And MSMEs, which are the next ones. And then we come to startups. Startup world is very interesting. We did a mapping. So there are close to 175 product-based cybersecurity startups in India. Okay. And you'll be interested to know, a few months back, I was in RSA Singapore. RSA, as you know, is a cybersecurity conference, the largest one around in this region. Japan Asia Pacific RSA conference held in Singapore every year. This year, this startup that won the RSA Singapore award in the launchpad in the startup category, the final award which won, was a Hyderabad-based cybersecurity startup which we were mentoring. Okay, so vSecure app. So prior to that competition, I was there around, and some of the Australians and all walked to me and said that, yeah, you somehow got one guy in. I mean, somehow he came to the finals, but we have 3, remember, we are going to win the competition. And he tapped and went. I said, no, my friend, we are going to win the competition. Okay, it's very prestigious. Okay, so that is there. So this is about, so startups have their own needs, which is access to market, access to capital, mentorship, and collaboration. And in this day and age of machine learning and AI, they need access to loads of data also, all of which we can enable happen. Okay, we are very well versed in the industry game. We are the industry body. In fact, yesterday I submitted proposal meaning input towards national cybersecurity policy being run by Lieutenant General Pant, okay, who is part of NSA, which is Sriram Birudavolu's group, okay, which is there. So they are rolling out a national cybersecurity policy in 2020. Okay, similarly, Telangana has its own cybersecurity policy, which is very good. Coming to the government, we are engaged with central government. As you know, all these sets, CDAC, CL, all think in MAITI and all you can think of. Then state government. So we work with all the state government bodies. Mr. Jayesh Ranjan is on my board of directors, my governing council. And we work with law enforcement agencies who work closely with the DGP's office and all here. And also National Police Academy and all this. So in forensics, there are a wide range of areas, right from cyber forensics to the DGP will ask me saying that, look, how do we secure all the edge devices, for example, surveillance cameras in the cities, thousands of them, to various other things, to some esoteric areas like how do we prevent money laundering through cryptocurrencies and so on. Okay. Then there are the law enforcement, defense and policy making. So I'll rush through. So policy making I already mentioned. Then the third pillar is that of academia and R&D centers. This is where some of the things are interesting. So I can't keep hyping up the demand side of things, saying that, wow, it's a $231 billion market. We need so much. You know what? Privacy laws are going to be passed. So you'll need 1 million privacy professionals, cybersecurity professionals, all these kind of things. Okay. So who's going to do them? The supply side, where is it? Okay. You need armies overnight if you add all of these. Okay. And we do need them. So we have mapped it. And then we'll tell you we need a lot of cybersecurity professionals. It's a very big, burgeoning, growing area. And that's why we have tie-ups with academic institutes and universities. Yeah. So in Usmania University, we set up a cybersecurity and cyber law center. And that is one of the key things I tell you. We are an end-to-end thing, meaning that there are many people in the ecosystem who might just give a training and go off. The moment we tie up with academia or anything and we do some professional trainings or NASSCOM, QPs and all those, then immediately after a few months or a semester, I get a letter from that head of that institute saying, now 200 people are ready. Sriram, please help me place them. So that's the thing we can carry being in an industry body, right? So fine. So right from SOC analysts and such categories, which are security operations center analysts, to people who do R&D in cryptocurrency, quantum computing and others. So then user groups, very important, because we need to be user centric. So we have something known as use case clearinghouse, in which we extract the critical use cases out of different user industries, whether be it for privacy or IoT security or whatever it is, and take it out and give it to the industry so that they can build products and solutions around it, because a lot of time, energy, money is wasted, especially for startups who can ill afford it, in order to align their product and solution to specific customer problems. So we help there. Apart from that, we do a lot of B2B, B2C, B2G user awareness campaigns through various bodies. For example, here we have tied up with one foundation called End Now Foundation, and we have other types. At the moment, there is one massive nationwide campaign running on digital Suraksha payment campaign. That is all funded by Google, by the way, mentioned. The last one is that of collaborations. So by collaborations, I mean both national and international collaborations. So last week's Wednesday, not this week, but the previous one, Lord Mayor of London had come down here He represents Lord Mayor Peter Estlin, you can Google him. Okay. And he had come down with London, he manages the financial hub of London. Okay, then there is another person, Sadiq or someone who manages the tourism, other things, transport and all, but he manages the financial hub, which is among the largest in the world. So he came down here with a contingent of fintech and cybersecurity companies, because where there's money, there needs to be security as well. He came down here and we also brought in our own things, and I was asked to run the event with him and had a luncheon with him and all that. It was very interesting. We want a lot of collaborations. And a few months back, we had one with Israeli Cyber Tech, okay, which is a large industry forum, I should say, or a cybersecurity events management company. They want partnership with us, industry bodies. They also did something similar. A few weeks from now, Hague Security Delta is coming down here. Which Hague Security Delta, I don't know how many of you know, is the largest cybersecurity clusters in the world. So the cyber envoy of Netherlands is coming down here. Okay, and again they need a bunch of things. A lot of collaborations, both local, domestic, international, national, international, and so on. So that is what we do, and why we do all these collaborations is to get that multiplier effect. Okay, and we do that. So we also want to build. Our dream is to build such a strong cluster and network here. And we will do that to uplift the entire ecosystem. So I will rush through, because the vehicles through which we achieve our objectives are all of these. Okay, innovation, knowledge sharing, we do research, promotions, and so on. Okay, networking, market access. So we can get you market access to professional development, to jobs, to many other things that we do with a lot of companies and all. Okay, as you can imagine. So on my board of directors are people like the managing director of JP Morgan, and the head of UTC, United Technologies Corporation, is among the largest corporations in the world, with brand names like Otis Elevators, Carrier Aircon, Pratt & Whitney, Rockwell Automation and all. The head of that is here. He's keenly interested in a lot of the areas, like right from embedded systems, IoT, and many other areas. Okay. Then we have the head of Cisco, Cybersecurity Division, and so on. Okay, Mr. Rajendra Pawar, you've heard, who is the founder of NIIT. He's the ex-chairman of NASSCOM, Padma Bhushan. He is the chairman for my board of directors. Our facility is coming up in Kukatpalli Manjira Mall in a few weeks. Beside Manjira Trinity, it's coming up in a few weeks from now, end of October and all. I'd welcome you to that facility. There'll be an experience zone. There'll be where you can showcase products. There'll be trainings constantly running. There's an incubation center. All of these are going to be there. So these are our roadmap of the things done until now and what are being planned. Okay. So this RATS SCO workshop was Regional Anti-Terrorist Structure Shanghai Cooperation Organization, was being held for the first time in India. It's come. So delegates from intelligence agencies from 8 countries came down here, and we held that. It was being run by Lieutenant General Rajesh Pant was here, by NSCS. Okay. So do you need any help? Okay. So I'll run through a few slides, you'll get an idea. Yeah. So India is expected to become a $5 trillion economy, and as outlined in ambitious growth. So digital growth story will be coming. Yeah, it's driven by digital adoption. Okay, nobody has a story like this anywhere. When I talk to NPCI, National Payments Corporation, and all that, they talk about, the head of that is a good friend of mine. So they talk about billions of transactions, which simply are not there, non-existent in many countries. Okay, so among the top 2 countries globally on many dimensions of digital adoption. So cybersecurity is at least a $35 billion market, just India market. If you take, it's a $231 billion market worldwide. You take $35 billion market for CS products and services, and so on. So skills-wise, we have one of the largest pool of cybersecurity talent globally. Oh, we did one survey, a GCC survey, which is Global Capability Centers. You know what Global Capability Centers are? They are like all these Microsoft, Oracle, and all these people have in-house centers back in India. They were called Global In-House Centers, Innovation Centers, and now they are called GCCs. So when we surveyed the cybersecurity footprint in many of these GCCs, we were astonished to find that it is not some back-end office. This cybersecurity related footprint which is there and its management is represented at the global level. So I'd urge you to take this very seriously. Okay. Do you know what is the unemployment rate in cybersecurity? Anyone worldwide? It is negative 4%. Okay. So at the moment. So you see that talent by geography and so on. So the idea is to create a pool of 1 million skilled cybersecurity professionals to address domestic and global demand by 2025. So how many of you know about NASSCOM's SSD, Sector Skills Council, SSC? Okay, you know that the Government of India, Ministry of HR, has a Sector Skills Council. Know about that? Okay, in which its idea is to essentially skill people in various sectors. So it may have been healthcare, textiles, and so on, manufacturing and all that. So the IT part of it, the IT Sector Skills Council which is there, the Government of India took it and gave it to NASSCOM to run. Okay, so NASSCOM runs the IT SSC for the Government of India. So within that, there are various areas. Cybersecurity is one such area. So we run it through various. So the certificate which you get at the end of passing what you call qualification pack, QPs, it is divided into QPs. Passing that is that you get a certificate in which there are 3 stamps. One is NASSCOM's, one is India's Sector Skills Council, and the other one is quality stamping, which is valid worldwide. Okay, I forget the exact this one. Okay. So government aiding cybersecurity research, it's very much there. Even yesterday I went there, and I'll skip all of these are the 10 QPs which are offered in Sector Skills Council, and many people have taken advantage of that. They're not easy, the tests. That's why they carry value. Okay. Okay. A lot. Okay. So let me give you another. So this is how it comes out. Okay. Okay, cybersecurity role map. So we have mapped out the role. Can I get this mic so I can? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Hello, can you hear me? Yeah, yeah. So we mapped out this entire role map, meaning that if you were to become a cybersecurity professional, this is what you would be, and this is how at levels at which. So this career road map is mapped to various levels. Oh, that is important. Okay. Please understand now with this new, all these laws being passed, data and privacy protection bill, like GDPR, there is in Europe and all those, the top level people, the CROs, the chief data protection officers, which is not here, CISOs and all these people, they are essentially quite independent. The data protection officers, DPOs and all that, they do not, they do report to the CEOs, but no one can question him. He's given that authority. He's given that much authority, saying that if there is something happening here, he says, lays down that there cannot be a violation at all. Do you know the penalties for that worldwide? 4% of your global revenues and all that are at risk, and there are all additional penalties as well. Cybercrime is a very serious area now. Okay, so we have cyber forensics and all the other things. So I just want to close on this, that that's the reason why easy jobs and these things become very, very important now, because you need to tag that. Just now in the middle of this conversation, I already had my lunch, so I was just having phone calls and all that. So I was talking to one of the top people in control S, and he said that Sriram is expanding at such a rate now that every region is going to have its own CEO now, and it is expanding like crazy. Okay. That is the rate at which it's going on. And I want to close with a few things. There is a digitization happening all over the place. Okay, automation happening. So which means that you can yourself feel it, right? In the morning, people go book an Uber, and they go to office, and they are probably maybe transferring some money through a Paytm. They're looking up their mails and everything online. They are using a collaborative platform. All that, then maybe they are doing some Coursera course, and they are
maybe buying something on Netflix or, sorry, on Amazon Prime or this one, right? Or Flipkart and all that, or Myntra. Or then they're watching some movies or something on Netflix and all. So you see healthcare records, probably they're looking online, he's filing his taxes online and so on and on. So there is rampant automation and digitalization happening. So because of this, people are worried that there will be job losses, big job losses, because Indian industry made its mark through services industries, which means human capital, right? Now supposing somebody cancels projects, then will be people, 10,000 people, 20,000 people by the thousands, suddenly they will see on the streets unemployment being there. So obviously an industry body like NASSCOM would be very sharp to notice this and has taken steps. Okay, so let me ask you one question to make you feel the impact of this. So there is a steel plant outside Vienna, in the outskirts of Vienna, and that manufactures 500,000 tons of steel. It's happening right now, it's there. Okay. How many employees does it employ? How many people does it employ? Only 14 people. Okay. That is the scale at which automation is going. So what will it do to our crowds and all? So what NASSCOM did was, it did a lot of research. Okay. And last year, with Boston Consulting Group, it had enlisted Boston Consulting Group as its partner and did this research. And it brought out something known as future skills. Okay. Future skills platform, future skills. So you can go to futureskills.nasscom.in and identified 10 areas which would be future proof. You can go there and see it. Cybersecurity is obviously one of them. There are others like 3D printing, IoT and so on. So you can go in and look at that. So they're going to roll it out on an even bigger scale now and say that, yeah, these are all the things. So companies are engaging in massive reskilling. So TCS, everybody. We see that aligned to this vision. They're reskilling because they don't want to see their people unemployed or having to fire them or anything, right? So I would urge you to take advantage of this and note, okay, that it's good that more and more people get into this area. The others may be, other areas, I'm not saying they're bad or anything, just that they may be more liable for automation and all that. So you can plan your career roadmap in this same fashion as this is done. Okay. So I believe we have just scratched the surface. So more and more intelligent solutions are required, and this hackathon is a perfect example of it, how you're crowdsourcing things and really reaching out to all the people and helping shape this strategy. This would have been unknown many years ago in my career. Okay, so I'm a strong believer in open innovation. How many of you are aware of open innovation? My PhD thesis was on open innovation in telecom sector. Okay, I didn't do it long. I did 2016. I got my PhD. Okay, while I was working in Oracle, I was traveling too much. Japan, Asia Pacific region was under my purview. So I used to get some time in flights and other places. I should do some research. So open innovation, essentially the concept has to deal with, if you were to bring, so this is a question I want to ask you. If you were to bring in all your friends, intelligent friends, wise relatives, elders, everybody you know into this campus, say this IIIT campus, you have to bring all of them into it. Everybody you ever knew or you are in your network, who are in your network. So would the people outside be more in number? Would the talent and all be outside be more in number or less in number than the people inside the campus? What is the answer? Outside the whole world put together? Much more in number, right? So you never know right now what is happening in some Samsung's R&D lab or some open source software people are building, thousands upon thousands. So I can go on listing. So essentially what we come across and what we know or the sound bites we take from our friends and everything is bound to be a small subset of everything, however clever they are, however intelligent they are. Okay. So one part of your strategy must always be scanning the landscape for solutions. It is not that you, a hackathon done or anything done or your own internal strategy meeting and you arrived at a solution and you kept it and you sit on it and make it run. Okay. you essentially need to have your antennae up, and one part of your strategy must always be scanning the landscape for further solutions, collaborations and all. We see this happening everywhere, though we don't realize it. Let's take mutual funds. Okay, so a bank doesn't go in and invest. It will not roll out a fund scheme or something in which it has invested directly into companies with its own research and cleverness. Okay, it may tie up with a Franklin Templeton, it may tie up with somebody else, and then finally roll out something which is best of breed solution for its customer. Okay, that's the key. That is when you are sharpest, the best in the market. So the old innovation model was the closed innovation funnel. So you would have a bunch of people working in R&D, the white coats, the doctorates and all that. Those people would somehow do their research in the market, they would take ideas, everything, and then they would come out with a list of ideas. And those ideas would be vetted by the product team, the sales, marketing teams and all that. And out of those, a few will be chosen so that you can launch your product or service into the market. And if the product succeeds, great, it's a hit. If you take the full credit, the full money and revenue. If the product bombs, you suffer the consequences. Take the loss, hit, reputation, whatever it is, market share, everything. That was a very old model now. Is a very old model. So now the funnel is porous. Porous meaning that you take others' ideas and integrate them into your ideas. Maybe you buy the IP, okay, or loan the IP. And then what you do is you combine it with your ideas to bring out a best of breed product to the market. Similarly, your unutilized ideas you give out so that some startup or somebody can get venture capital and float products or services. Obviously, you would have a patent and you would do such things, or you would get into some kind of, and then you would get into maybe a revenue share arrangement or whatever it is. Okay, this is the way in which world is progressing. That is the reason why get-together collaborations are the order of the day. So you need to do that. In order to do that, platforms are important. ezjobs is one such platform. Congratulations and wish you all the best for this, and continue adopting this strategy, which what ezjobs is doing. Would love to run such hackathons myself. Okay, we've run such in the past, but in many different areas, we would love to utilize the ideas of everybody. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions? Yeah.
When you say cybersecurity,
Yeah.
do you include only the surface web or the dark web?
Everything. Oh, it's a very big question. It's a, okay, dark web itself is growing a little old in age, as we know it, okay. So I have been with a lot of people, some I would not mention. With people who do a lot of things, okay, right into law enforcement agencies and very secret stuff that goes on. I don't believe stuff is not going on. You take this C.R. Rao Institute, which is there in Tlave, it's in Central University campus. They have several supercomputers. They're doing a lot of research in defense and several advanced areas. Okay, just that they will not let you know, or they will never publicize it. But I have been inside their lab. Okay, and also with other law enforcement agencies and many other people. Okay, I've talked to the Israeli defense people who are in heads of many organizations, a lot of areas, right? So dark web, let me put it this way. Cyber covers the entire cyber physical systems. Okay, anything that you're there online or anything that is digitized, it would cover that. Okay, tomorrow IoT are some not things which are there in industrial sensors and things outside. They could be inside your body also, because your sensors you swallow and or injected into your bloodstream, robos and such stuff also. So it covers everything. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Thank you very much. Right. Bye.